Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. This year's legislative session will start wrapping up tomorrow in Frankfort. This comes after the governor vetoed close to 30 bills. Madison Carmouche breaks down what's ahead as legislators return for the last 2 days of the session.
During the veto period, Governor Andy Beshear vetoed nearly 30 bills. The legislature will now have the opportunity to override those in the last 2 days of the session, and the Republicans have the votes to do that.
We're probably one of the easiest states for a legislature to override a veto. More states are around the 60% rule instead of 50+1.
The governor vetoed House Bill 4. The bill would stop colleges and universities from providing differential treatment based on someone's religion, race, sex, color, or national origin.
I think everybody should be welcome, and what we should do is not get in the sense that we give priority because of somebody's status, but again, they should get priority because of their accomplishments.
Beshear also vetoed House Bill 495. The bill reversed the governor's 2024 executive order banning conversion therapy. It also prohibits the use of Medicaid for gender-affirming care.
You can't get that type of medical care on your private insurance policy, so why is the state funding that? And the same thing with Medicaid and the things we did in that realm.
Stivers says the goal of the session was to decrease income tax to make the Commonwealth more competitive in the business sector. The signing of House Bill 1 will decrease the income tax by another 0.5% in 2026, bringing it down to 3.5%.
Those places are growing, and we've seen an example of it. You know, Yum, KFC, because of the tax code, their corporate headquarters are now moving from Louisville to Dallas.
Vetoes aside, Senate President Robert Stivers says he believes this was one of the more successful sessions of his tenure. In Lexington, Madison Carmouche, WKYT.
Senate Bill 63 passed without Governor Andy Beshear's signature. The governor has a choice to sign, veto, or send a bill back. SB 63, which allows special purpose vehicles to drive on roads under specific guidelines, was not signed or vetoed by the governor, meaning it will become law. Eric Hubbard with Backroads of Appalachia believes this will be great for the Commonwealth.
I really feel it's going to be an economic game changer for Eastern Kentucky and all of Kentucky communities that's going around. But it's a bill that's passed with limitations, with restrictions, with insurance and requirements.
The hope is to inspire more adventure tourism in the region and bring economic growth throughout Appalachia. Health departments across Kentucky could be losing federal funding if an $11 billion program is pulled back. The program put money towards COVID prevention and mitigating other diseases. Federal officials say it was a pandemic-era program that's now a waste of money. The Woodford County Health Department doesn't yet know if its COVID funding will go away, but it's worried about what would happen if there is an outbreak of another disease.
Knowing that our state and federal governments will support us here at the local level is crucial to being able to protect the health of the community.
The State Cabinet for Health and Family Services told us in a statement they've been notified of the funding terminations and are waiting for more updates. The trial of a Whitley County mother charged in her daughter's death continued today. Alexandra Ward is accused of covering up the abuse of her 3-year-old daughter, Amora Smallwood. Jordan Taylor strangled and killed Amora in February 2023. Taylor pleaded guilty in October and is serving life in prison. Ward is charged with complicity to murder and strangulation. A wanted fugitive is back behind bars after a multi-agency operation in Middlesboro. Police arrested Timothy Hunter Cole early Wednesday morning. He was wanted for a parole violation tied to a 2019 attempted manslaughter conviction. Back in February, officers tried to serve a warrant, but Cole got away after a brief standoff. Investigators later learned he reportedly threatened to use firearms against law enforcement. After a month-long search, multiple agencies, including U.S. Marshals, the ATF, and Kentucky National Guard, tracked him to Robinson Lane, where he was arrested. A teenager has been involved in a hit and run in Pulaski County. The 16-year-old victim told a deputy she was running along Slate Branch Spur Road when she was hit by a Chevrolet Avalanche in the back with the right passenger mirror on the vehicle. The vehicle never stopped to help. The car behind picked the victim up and she was driven to Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital. Deputies say criminal charges are imminent. A man from California is arrested for not registering as a sex offender in southern Kentucky. 42-year-old Ricky Becker was arrested last week. Corbin police were able to locate him while investigating a burglary. Becker was wanted for absconding parole supervision in California and for not registering with the California Sex Offender Registry. He also did not register here and has been living in Kentucky for a while. In fact, Corbin police arrested him last July for being non-compliant. He's also charged with resisting arrest.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Once again, it has been a fairly decent weather evening. It's chilly out there. Thermometers right now dropping into the upper 30s and low 40s many areas. Let's take you to the Tennessee border. I mean, it's the battle coming up here in just a few days, right? Kentucky, Tennessee. This is I-75, Whitley County, near the border. Forecast as we go into the day on Thursday. Fair skies out the door in the morning. Temperatures generally into the upper 30s. By lunchtime, we're doing a little better already. 55 degrees, and by the time we go into late afternoon, early evening, how about we hit 60 to 65 into many areas. Slightest chance for a shower, a thunderstorm late this afternoon. A little better chance as we go into late tomorrow night and then into the day on your Friday. What we're dealing with is high pressure across the east. Warm winds are coming in behind this, and we're watching a potent storm system spinning out of the Pacific into the west coast. That is going to bring the threat for weekend severe thunderstorms. We'll talk about that threat in greater detail in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. The deadline for flood victims to apply for federal assistance from FEMA is approaching, with less than 1 month now to apply. The deadline is April 25th at 11:59 p.m. If you were affected by the floods, you are encouraged to apply for assistance. Officials also say it's important to answer your phone if you've already applied.
However, if they do not get in contact with you after a number of attempts, then your application will stop. So it's critically important.
Officials say it's also important that you are checking the mail for a letter that may indicate you are ineligible. They say it could be just a simple document that you are missing, and to not lose hope. The ARH Disaster Relief Center in Hazard is moving to a new location. The one in the former J.C. Penney building since the 2022 flood will close tomorrow. Supplies and equipment will then be moved to the new facility at 414 Roy Campbell Drive. It will reopen there on Wednesday, April 3rd. Hours of operation will be from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The Pikeville Fire Department honored one of its fallen firefighters today, marking the 1-year anniversary of his death. Family, friends, and fellow firefighters gathered together at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, honoring Robert Lindsay, who served as a first responder for more than 40 years. Section 201 of the arena was dedicated to Lindsay, with a plaque showing his name and badge number, and his family says it was an overwhelming experience to see his name on the wall.
It's a lot of mixed feelings. You feel a lot of pride because that's my dad, and he made such an impact that he gets to be up there. And then a lot of grief knowing that he is gone. And it's just another reminder that he is gone, but his impact and his memory will live on forever.
Family and friends say they are proud of Robbie and hope the section in his memory will keep his story alive for years to come.